Good is multidimensional. It's about being a good corporate citizen, but actually good is about good products, good services, good communications, good design. It should underpin your whole philosophy of how you're running a business.
My name is Kevin Murray and I'm chairman of the Good Relations Group, and we are an entirely new kind of integrated communications agency dedicated to helping clients to build trusted brands by leveraging the power of good. There's a crisis in leadership. Not only are we facing an erosion of trust, but it almost feels like we're facing a presumption that we're untrustworthy.
Trust and reputation are exactly the same thing. It's very hard to earn, it's very easy to lose.
I think there's been a myopic focus on short-term quick profits as opposed to thinking longer term about morality in business.
You cannot make a t-shirt to sell in the Western world today for £1 without somebody suffering, because you cannot pay the carriage, the insurance, the freight, and you cannot pay a living or a fair wage to the poor girl or boy who's making it. Something has to give.
I mean, the big thing is here that there are 1 million young people unemployed in this country today.
We are in a profoundly sceptical and untrusting period of time at the moment.
The challenge to try and recover our license to operate is more difficult than it's ever been.
The consumer has now got way ahead of business, and I think that this gap is worrying for leaders and for business, and that we've got to do something about it. You have AAA rating, which gives you a measure of your financial success, and so we wanted a rating that would look at a measure of your soft capital. So we bring together the 3 Gs. If you get high ratings in all these areas, then you will have a business that is likely to be able to sustain itself well into the future.
If it doesn't come from a base of values and day in, day out how you conduct yourself, actually it really doesn't matter what you say to the outside world, because people will know it's not authentic.
Working in business as if your children are going to inherit those decisions would go quite a long way in financial services.
I think the whole Horsegate scandal at the beginning of the year rocked an awful lot of us. It may be fine to eat, but did you know there was horse in products? And okay, we didn't know, but now we do know. So what are we going to do about it?
What really matters when it comes to good companies is the action.
If you're not going to walk the walk, who's going to trust what you say?
Can you measure employee engagement? Absolutely.
Unexpected events have become almost the norm, and I think therefore the way that you handle reputational risk has fundamentally changed.
When I started in the advertising industry, it took a long while to get feedback. Now it's instantaneous.
The most valuable capability you've got is the motivation and the passion of your employees to serve customers.
Public relations is managing your relationships with all of your different publics, your employees, your customers, your stakeholders, and relationships are the engines of success. But strong relationships are two-way, and to have a sustainable business, you have to make sure that you're being more inclusive and that you involve those people in the way your business is run.
Less than 20% of people in this country are engaged. That's a crisis.
The best reference we've got is not just our employees saying that, we like to work here, but actually the most important reference is another customer reference.
Advocacy is more and more important because so many sources of recommendation aren't trusted either. So you really do trust the people close to you, the people who've had a good experience.
Ultimately, if you can create advocates out of all of the consumers that you deal with, then you have a powerful business.
You need to measure good because otherwise you've got no benchmark for success. Nobody has tried to quantify good before.
It would be an appalling indictment, wouldn't it, that the trade-off of being a good company couldn't be successful. So you have to assume this is possible.
Business creates wealth, business creates jobs, business enables taxes to be paid, and from those taxes, infrastructure, roads, schools are built.
Bottom line is important, it's critical. Without that, we cease to exist. If we cease to exist, we're never going to do any good. The question is how you make the profit, what you do with that profit.
There's more and more companies that are standing up for the right thing to do and actually seeing the long-term benefits.
There's never been a greater time for more visible leadership in business. We need leaders now to set an example on good practice.
What we're now going to do is carry on the conversation with a wide range of people across lots of different sectors in order to try to create this environment in which people more generally do understand that business is a force for good, and that by helping business to become an even better more effective force for good, everybody benefits.